Jenny saying that Nancy can shove her cake up her hole was so real. Big Brother UK 2025 episode 14, and Marcus is in the diary room talking about how awkward it was when Nancy and Sam were getting in trouble for speaking in code. I think for me, the most awkward thing would have been the embarrassment I felt due to the fact that Nancy and Sam actually thought they could get away with talking in code. And their code was crap. Before I go on, actually, did anybody see George's video explaining why he got chucked out the house? Because actually what happened was he asked a question. And I don't really understand why he was chucked out, but I'm not going to get any more into that. But if you want to see it, it's on his YouTube channel. So as we know, Richard was saying that he's never really been in a relationship, and he was talking about dating this woman and they hadn't really done anything. And she says, have you ever thought about marriage? And he says, oh, I've thought about it. And then she says, oh good, I've thought about it. And then she started talking about this totally different guy who wasn't him. And he's just like, oh, I see. Right, so the whole Jenny, Nancy, Sam situation was confusing me the night, because Cameron and Jenny were sitting chatting about it, and they were saying that it was Nancy's birthday and talking about her cake, and Jenny says, oh, she can shove her cake up her hole, and I was like, correct, because she was bitching about you behind your back in a crap code, so she can fuck off. But then Nancy came out and sat with him, and it was just so bizarre. Like, in the morning when the two of them got up, everybody was saying happy birthday to Nancy, and she just kind of walked past her, and the people I was watching it with says, oh, they didn't even say happy birthday. I wouldn't have said happy birthday either. So later, Jenny was having a chat with Nancy, and she came away from it saying, oh, it's Sam I don't trust now, because at least Nancy's being honest. Sam's kind of being slicky, and he's like agreeing with everything that Nancy's saying. So then she had a chat with Sam, and he was saying that he was agreeing with her because he's like a people pleaser. So now she's saying, oh no, it's Nancy that I don't trust. Like, what's going on? Cameron was in the diary room, and he was talking about the situation. He was saying, like, we're all adults here, right? I cannot imagine him arguing with anybody. Like, even with the Faishola situation, and he says that she barked at him, and then he went and apologised to her. That made no sense to me. Like, okay, she was offended because she felt as if he was insinuating that she was aggressive, and we know how that goes. But I just think, can you imagine him arguing? It's just not going to happen. When Nancy and Jenny were having their chat in the snug, Nancy was sitting saying, oh, it's mental what's happened, isn't it? Oh, it's mental. How is it mental? It was her that caused it. It was her who went to Sam, spoke in a crap code, got caught, and then she's going, oh, it's mental, as if it's something that was completely out of her control. It was time for the ideal mini-mart, and anybody with a brain would have known that Caroline had the most eyeballs, so she would have bid the highest for the immunity for 2 weeks. Last night I says it was buy one get one free immunity for you and somebody else. Obviously wasn't paying enough attention. So she bid all her eyeballs, but she could have spent 10 and then bid 18. She obviously just really wanted immunity. Anybody else who was in there bidding 1 and 2, they've just threw their eyeballs away. Zila had the chance to get his rabbit back, but he didn't take it because he wanted that protein box. Now, personally, I was hoping that Jenny was going to buy the jail for Nancy and have Nancy in the jail during the party, but no. Tate seen it first and he bought it for Marcus. Marcus was completely unaware of this, but he obviously thought it would be funny to buy the face-to-face noms and make Tate do it. Marcus also bought a romantic meal for 2 for him and Elsa. Faye Shula bought party music and everybody else just bought like random snacks and stuff. So it was revealed that Caroline won the bid. It was so obvious, and I think that we're going to see her change her attitude quite a lot over the next week. Marcus found out that he was going to be in jail, and he would still be in jail during the romantic meal. And Elsa was raging. She didn't see anything funny about it. Her face is constantly tripping her. No wonder Richard thinks she doesn't want to be there. She was literally just sitting like, as if this is the worst thing ever. Like she was getting a dinner out of it. When he was in the jail as well, they had put the table right in the middle of the bars. Like, how did they have time to come up with that design? For what we seen, there was zero chemistry. Like, does Elsa even laugh? Does she ever have fun? Like, what does she do? And then when she started eating, I thought, she's holding that fork really weird. And then she told Marcus that she can't cut her food. What's going on? I was watching this with somebody who doesn't watch Big Brother, and they were saying, why is she acting like a bimbo, like in the shop when she wanted her rat back and she ended up buying sweeties? And they were saying, like, why is she acting stupid, right? And I says, I don't know. Some people just act like that. And then when she says that she couldn't cut her food, they were like, are you actually serious? What's going on? When they were playing the music, even Marcus was dancing in the jail, and she just sat there with her face straight at me. And she says that she was going to try and, like, enjoy her experience more. She looks like she's having a fucking belter of a time. Richard was in the diary room saying that he would have voted for Caroline if she wasn't immune for the next 2 weeks, because she gave him the evil eye originally, and she's still going on about him, like, snitching on her for her last 2 eyes. But she also bankrupted him the other day, and she's still going on about it. And then the night on Late and Live, we see her doing impressions of him, and it's just getting a bit, like, bizarre by now. Like, let it go. Elsa was speaking to Tate and Richard, and they're going, oh, you said love, like, about Marcus. She's going round that house telling everybody she loves Marcus apart from him, and not even one person has said, oh, like, do you not think that's a bit soon? Like, when did she split up with her ex before she went into that house? I don't think it was that long before, was it? I don't understand the whole situation. And listen, I believe in love at first sight, but did anybody see any chemistry throughout that date? I must have missed it. There was a few people in the snug talking about who they think that Tate's going to nominate, and Tasia was like, I've got no idea, but it'll be good to see, because, like, we don't see Annie's personality, doesn't really do much. And then Fiashola says, oh, I think he'll nominate, and Tasia went, oh, we're not allowed to say. Nearly slipped up there. Easy mistake to make, I would say. In case you didn't watch the Late and Live show, it gave you a sneak peeky to the nominations, and I'm just about to tell you that Tate nominated Tasia because she called Cameron B a weirdo, and she's like, he's a weirdo. Well, fair enough. And Caroline nominated Fiashola because she feels as if she's, like, the leader of the house. So let me know in the comments who you think is going to be up for nomination tomorrow. I actually think Caroline would have been up, but I think Nancy, possibly Sam, and Richard, which isn't great considering it's a fake eviction. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye!